is not on. There it is. Okay. Took me a moment because I was setting something up. Okay, so let me readjust some stuff real quick because I didn't plan this out super great. Okay, so turn this up a little bit and that one down a little bit. All right, what you're seeing on screen right now are these stencils and the stills from an animation that I made yesterday. And what I'm working on today is another airbrush stencil animation using the three colors of red, yellow, blue, primaries that are watered down a little bit and a bit transparent. And the animation today, I'm trying to make it a little bit more predictable of a loop, a little less chaotic, a little bit more direct. And so what I have already animated and cut out is putting this mic so I'm a little bit more centered in the screen up top. I'll just sort of draw it out. One moment, let me free up some space here. Sharpie looks better on screen. What I have today is 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are in a circle, and they rotate around. There are 3 of them, so there's a circle essentially of squares here, here, and here on within the frame. And the first one rotates at a speed of 1/8 per loop, and the second one rotates twice as fast, and the third one rotates 3 times as fast. So because it's a looping element, the actual animation that goes from frame 0 to frame 29, or frame 1 to 30, however you want to talk about it, I'll say 1 to 30 because it's easier. So frame 1, the square is located here, and then over 30 frames, it just moves over here because this is even distribution. So if you are watching a loop where the starting point of one is the end point of another, it just sort of seamlessly goes, and it requires fewer frames total to give the illusion of a full rotation being made. And so it's similar for the second circle in the animation, except it's twice the distance that's being covered. So instead of this square going from here to here, it goes from here over to the second point. So it's moving twice as fast, but it's covering the same frames, just slightly augmented so that it plays back at a faster one. And then the third one, it goes from the first to the third. But because it's the same image, it doesn't really matter. It loops seamlessly. So I have everything cut. Here are, let's see how well you can sort of see some of the, let's do it just with one. And yeah, have those. They are organized. The plan is to have blue be the far left, red is the center, and yellow is the far right, because I like the mixture of red and yellow and red and blue better than I like the green that is created by mixing the yellow and blue. So the main mix is red and the other colors. Next steps: prepping my workspace, getting my compressor out, and setting everything up. I think I have enough stills to do what I want, or enough pieces of paper already prepped. I'll double check that, and if not, then I will need to put pinholes in another one. I'm going to do 4 iterations of this animation. It'll be the straight flush on a piece of archival paper, and then it will be straight flush on a piece of just printer paper, then slightly removed, and then heavily removed. And just going to see, it's similar to what I've been doing, just a different animation. That's the main difference here. So turn this off. I'll leave the mic and stuff on for the moment while I'm doing a little bit of setup. Then once I get past that, I'll turn off everything here on the far left and the mic while I'm working so you don't have to hear the compressor running. Okay, gonna turn off the preview of me and the thing and turn off the mic. So I'll be back. I'm still here, but I'll be back in more ways later. I'm back. Okay, time to scan stuff. Before that, I need to make a folder for these files. And 2, and this is square rings dash scans dash 01. Copy this. Other location. Jump up to live design, square rings, new folder, paste that in, and choose that location. Select the appropriate area, and let's scan. And while that's happening, Photoshop is open, so let that run. No other major programs. Let's come and open up Photoshop here. Open that grid thing that I have. Blank.psb. It's a large format. Or wait, no. I'm going a different route this time. That's a little bit faster. Which just means I gotta scan everything and go from there. And now we can open this other, or the scan that I just did. Not here. Desktop, live designs, square rings, scans, and open this up. And hopefully my math and such was correct. Everything should be fine. Don't know why it wouldn't be, but I always get nervous in the mix of it all. I was distracted because my keyboard, I hit change in the light pattern, and pretty much all of the light patterns on this are incredibly distracting, except for either off, or like you press a button it lights up, or they're all on, you press a button and it fades. Those are really the options for not distracting versions of the light patterns on this keyboard. Really any keyboard. There's a lot of stuff for LED light up things that I'm like, that's fun, very short term. That's not what I wanted to do. Hit the wrong button as needed. Thinking about saving it out for web and devices, and I don't need to do that. So while that's scan this. This is taking a long time because this is a large file, and I think it's trying to save it as an animated or as a GIF, which is big. Ugh. Taking forever. Let me see if muting it here aids in expediting it, or if it doesn't. Mm-hmm. Gonna give it just like another minute, but this is annoying. I'll prep these guys while I'm at it. I'm gonna force quit Photoshop. I haven't done all that much work, so just gonna restart it. Alright, open recent 12 squares. I don't want 12 squares, I want square rings. When you do a lot of stuff that is similar in names and whatever, naming them enough to make them identifiable as different is a task. Did I start scanning this? No. Now, don't hit the wrong save as command. did the right one. So now it's actually just saving. And it's not making a fuss about it. I'm gonna adjust this one, and then once I'm done with this, before I open up the next scan, I'll start scanning. The next one. Sequence of events. Some nice texture. These are nice stills. I might at some point take some of these and just scan them at like 4800, but just focus on like single frame or something. It's got a bunch of these, and the color and texture on them is very nice. It's easier to manage for the, look at that mixing. Softness and the spatter. I would like to see some of these at higher resolution. Maybe I'll do that at the tail end of today. So scan 3. Start scanning this guy. While that's scanning, Now to the stencils. Scan 04. I want to see what these guys look like. These will have a nice feel to them. So this is going to be a little bit off. I think whichever registration points that I used are slightly off on one of the frames. Already did the size. Save this one. I have two more now to square up. Need number 5. This next one's going to take a while to scan. I'm scanning it at 4800 DPI, not the full thing, just a spot. Image rotation 180. I scanned this one, different orientation than the others. But I like to align them according to the same positioning. That's okay. Boom. So long as it's all the same placement. Looks decent. Ooh, don't do that. Didn't merge it down, and I was trying to make it 300,000 pixels wide. Would have not been great. Now let's open up number 6. This will be a weirder one for how it lines up. Save this one. Close these guys. Open recent. Or no, open. I forget if I saved this as an align guy. I did not. So, live designs. Align blank PSB. And we're just gonna open up square ring, scans, align 1 and align 4. It'll take a moment. That's saved? Okay. I want to see what this one that I just scanned looks like. Because that's at 100%. Look at the color on that. Looks like an impressionist painting or something when you get like up close on that, or like pointillism. Looks like a sunset or something. It's got very nice color. And I would also like to capture one of these at high res and see what it looks like. Okay, so those are pulled in here. Let's save out a selection, or these as individual stills. The first of the stencils as stills, and then make an animation of this. This is going to be slow moving. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the Photoshop preview here. It just should run a little bit smoother and faster. And while that's happening, scanning the thing. While I'm waiting for this to open, I can go ahead and prep a physical folder. It says the date. This is airbrush square rings 3 color. Waiting on Photoshop. Hopefully it comes through. I was going very slow before. Okay, just finished. Well, didn't finish it. Opened up the new window. So let's save this. This is going to be under Live Design, Square Rings. Copy this, new folder. This will be stills. An additional new folder that's 01. Name all these files 01, and only save out the sections that I want to. This is all stuff that I'm saying as I'm doing it, but you can't see what it is. All right, let's do it again. You'll have something to look at that's animated in the next 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can type them out. And if you don't feel any obligation. I'm just waiting and trying to maintain your attention. Boom, boom, dun, boom, boom, dun, 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 boom, 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 boom. Still waiting. Waiting on the world to change. There it is. Let's save. New folder. O2. Change this file name stuff. I'll set it to be O2. All user slices. And let it go for a second. Dun, 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 dun. And then I get to take a moment as I save this. This is Square Rings Align PSB. And while that's doing that, scripts load files into stack, browse, Square Rings, stills. And now is when I find out whether or not I did my math and such right. And you will find out what this looks like. In the next 2 minutes. I have about 2.5 minutes. To keep to my promise of, in the next 5 minutes, having something for you to view that's animated. I think these could move faster, but I wanted it to be very slow. So, what can you do except make a mistake? Command Shift New, paste, GIFs. So 1, save that out. Very close. This close to having something for you to see. Okay, I think overall faster movement is better, or more movement, because the alignment on these gets slightly out of whack different ways. And as a result, you see the seam of things. And faster movement sort of helps to smooth out those seams. Also, this should be rename. This should be 04. As should the files inside, but doesn't matter for the moment. I'm curious about this iteration. It might have a better look about it. Very close. Well, I think these are physically reversed. Yeah, these are saved out incorrectly. Let me do something. think this is correct. Let me try saving these out. Because it should be that the fastest moving circle is on the far right, which I think when I scan these messed up the orientation. So I need to save these out. It'll take a moment. We'll test this out. I need to go back to stills. And see if this rectifies the problem. I think with this being 8, there's like a weird way that this ends up working out. Scripts load files into stack. If this doesn't animate correctly, then I have no idea what's going on. The yellow is off a little bit placement-wise. But this is the correct stuff. Somehow the math works out that if it's rotated 180, it still works fine. Which is, I don't know how that works. Square rings, GIF, rename this 04, replace it. It's about there. Yeah, the placement of the yellow is weird. Something with the yellow is awkward for stuff, but what I do like is the physicality of where these squares separate and meet back up. I really like that sort of feel. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to pop Photoshop back up, Don't save this, save that because I made a mistake. But I want to look at the up close of this scan. This doesn't work as well for up close because it's layered more heavily. And so stuff gets out of focus and it blurs in a way that doesn't lend itself as well to stuff. Maybe a different one of, or different order would work better. Not having yellow on top, maybe red on top or something. Take some, I guess. Anyway, that is it for today for streaming. Let's come to OBS, Photoshop off, images on. Okay, so there's two of the 6 animations that I have stills for, but you get the sense of what these are. Issues. I'd like this to move faster, which easy enough to rectify. Other things, I didn't align that yellow very well. That's my own issues with either the cut was weird or I just didn't place it well when I was scanning stuff, which is why in the bottom one, the blue sort of ring is jumping more. That just has to do with alignment because these are on a grid. If it's at an angle, it means that it like moves and then resets each time. So when I scanned that was at a slight angle. But I like them fine. I'm curious about what the animated version of the blurred things will be. I think the main thing is this needs to move faster to where like it's a full rotation or something, which I can mess with. It's easy enough. Or possibly making it circles, see if those interact. Well, if I do circles, they're evenly distributed, so if they're rotating in a circle, they're not going to suddenly come into contact with each other and then separate out, which is what I like about that bottom one. Anyway, spiel time. If you want to buy stuff from me, you can go to my web store, traceloops.com/store. If you want to purchase something and have it shipped outside of the US, you can email me, traceloops@traceloops.com. You can also email me with comments, concerns, questions, curiosities, commissions, etc., etc. Again, that is traceloops@traceloops.com. If you want to watch this stream or other streams in full, you can watch the recorded versions of them on YouTube, going to the live section of my YouTube channel, youtube.com/traceloops. If you want to follow me on other platforms, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, Spotify, all of those places. I'm Traceloops, TRACELOOPS. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Traceloops, where you will find high-resolution versions of artwork that I create during streams. You'll also find a selection of tutorials. And at higher tiers, new songs from me weekdays. And at the highest tier, you get a monthly postcard from me with original artwork on the front, little message on the back, and a discount to that aforementioned web store. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good afternoon, evening, night, wherever you're at and whatever time it is. Hope it's good. I'm going to head on out. Adios.